Hey cozy friends, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Katerina, or Kat if you're new here, and this is my channel of everything cozy, bookish, and lifestyle related. So I've been in a really bad reading slump since February and March. I think I kind of discussed it in my last video a little bit at the beginning of my book shopping vlog video. I just have really struggled with reading and my prioritizing of reading, and there's just been so much going on in life that I haven't really focused on reading and just picking up any book, and I really need to get out of this reading slump. So why not attempt to do a TBR jar video where a TBR jar picks the books that I will be reading in the month of June. Now this is probably going to be counterproductive because it's like, Kat, you suck at doing TBR jars because of the fact that every time you do, you never read those books. I will try. I can't say I promise, because if I say I promise, then I'm going to let myself down. I'm going to try to read the books that I pick from this jar, or the prompts that help me pick from this TBR card. So we're gonna probably pick only 4 to 5 prompts for the month of June. I don't want to overwhelm myself. I want to be able to give myself a little bit of an out if I am not able to finish all the books. So with that, let us get into picking the books that I will potentially, hopefully, read in the month of June, since it's already the end of May and I cannot believe that we're at that point now. So with that said, let's read, oopsies, our first prompt that we have here. Book with a found family. So there's a few different books that I know we have a found family, and we have Kindling by, I do not remember the author, Tracy Chee. 5 Broken Blades by Mai Corlin, but that is a big fantasy book that I don't necessarily know if I want to attempt going through. I don't know if the Inheritance Games is a found family. I think the one that I'm thinking is more found family is going to be Kindling by Tracy Chee, because it follows these magic-wielding teenagers who are warriors, and now that the war is over, they are considered outcasts and everything, but they may have to come together to figure things out. And I really enjoy Tracy Chee's, what was the book called? 1,000 Steps into Night. That one was a really, really good young adult fantasy novel. Yeah, I think we're going to go with Kindling for a found family. I'm kind of guessing that it might have a found family, but I'm not 100% sure. So we're just going to hope that it has a found family. It seems like it has a found family. For our second book pick, let's go with whichever, hopefully there's only one in here. Let's go with this one. Read a book set in a different country. So we do have a few books. Most of these are fantasy books, but the ones that I know that this one is set in, China? Yep, so this one is set in China. Babel is set in England, but I don't know if my brain can handle too much heaviness right now. I think we're going to go with Lady Tan's Circle of Women by Lisa C. This is one that has been on my wanting to read list for quite some time, and it's, a historical novel. So I think I'm going to attempt to pick this one up just because it has sounded so wonderful, and I've heard so many wonderful reviews. It follows a young woman who was born into an elite family, and her grandparents actually raised her to be pretty much useful. They are both practitioners of medicine, and she is taught in those medicinal ways, and she ends up, obviously, because she's a woman, married off into a family that obviously a woman is seen and not heard, and so she is kind of trying to, continue her grandparents' legacy and her family's legacy of medicine, but it's very difficult with a mother-in-law that obviously wants her to be seen and not heard, and a perfect wife, and so she is pretty much trying to, behind her new family's back, a woman of medicine, and this is based on a real woman in real history. All right, for book number 3, let us pick a book with a color in the title. Do I have a book with a color in the title? The Bonesmith, The Time Butcher, and Blackbird is a color. Black is a color. The Atlas Six, The Powerless, Daughter of the Moon Goddess, She Who Became the Sun, Foxglove, Heaven of Fish Blessing, Kingdom of the Curse, Psyche, and Eros. So the only book that I am seeing with a color in the title is Butcher and Blackbird. So we're gonna have to go with this one, and I'm very excited about this because this is a book that I picked up in my book shopping vlog. the last vlog that I just did. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. So I think we're going to pick up that one. For the color in the title, I don't know if that counts, but we're going to count it since it's the only one that apparently is on my shelf. Pick number 4. So I think then we'll do one more after this because, as I said, I don't want to overwhelm myself. Oh, a book you've bought recently. I'm going to go with another book that I obviously bought in my last book shopping vlog, and that is The Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon by Kimberly Lemming. Don't know much about this besides a person, individual, ends up getting drunk and saving a demon named Fallon. And apparently this is supposed to be a really cute, quick, fantasy, cozy romance, and I'm all for cozy fantasy romances, so we're going to be picking this one up for a book that I bought recently. Alright, so now moving on to our 5th and final book here for the month of June. Oops, I only meant to look at one. A popular slash hype book. So there's a lot of popular slash hype books on here. Obviously, we have Powerless is a really popular one. The Atlas is a very popular one. If you're in the classics community, The Picture of Dorian Gray and The Secret History are really popular. The Inheritance Games is a very popular trilogy, which I would really like to honestly pick up. I know that The Shadow Between Us is also another popular book. Don't know if it's still popular, but I've heard it's a very popular book still, or decently popular. Do I give The Inheritance Games one more go? I feel like I should, just because I'm like determined to read it, and every time that I have attempted to read it, it's not because it's been bad, it's because I have been trying to pick it up in the middle of these awful reading slumps. So I think we're going to give this one more go. We're going to attempt one more time to pick up The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, because I loved her Natural series. It was like a series that I flew through and was addicted to, and I honestly think I'm going to be addicted to this one. I just haven't been in the right mindset or reading set to read it, so I think that that is what we're going to pick. There we have it. We got 5 books here, so to quickly give you guys a little bit of recap, the first book was to pick a book that has a found family. I picked The Kindling. I do think that this has a semblance of a found family. Then we have a book that takes place in a different country, and that's Lady Tan's Circle of Women by Lisa C. Historical fiction. Always love myself a really good historical fiction novel. Heard a lot of really great, amazing things about this one. Then the next book was a book that had to have a color in the title, and the only one that I think I have up here is The Butcher and the Blackbird, or Butcher and Blackbird by Bryn Weaver. Another book that I've heard really amazing things about, another very popular and hyped book that has been going around. I think my sister-in-law or my niece read it and was absolutely obsessed. So very excited to pick this one up. And then the next prompt was a book that I bought recently, and I picked That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon by Kimberly Lemming. And then the final book, a book that is super popular or super hyped, The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I am determined to get through this book series. Like, really determined, because I do want to read the new spin-off trilogy that she's writing currently for The Inheritance Games. So, here you guys have it. A very lovely range of colors of greens and reds and pinks, it seems, here. So very excited for this kind of June TBR. I think a lot of these, especially Butcher and Blackbird and That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon, I think these will be very quick reads and really help me get out of this reading slump that I've been in. I think my biggest goal for June is just to get out of a reading slump. I just want to pick up, and picking up one of these books will be an accomplishment for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So if you guys liked this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. Leave in the comments below what books you are planning to read in the month of June. I always love hearing your guys' reads and what you guys are really recommending right now, especially going into the wonderful summer months. And if you guys enjoy these types of videos and want to see more, definitely subscribe to my channel. I do try to post weekly when I'm not in a life slump. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!